Hi, it's Aaron from Arnold's Outdoor Life. Today I'm going to show you a simple egg noodle recipe. It'd be the same kind of egg noodles you'd find in stroganoff or chicken noodle soup. Normally I do this all by hand, but I think I'm going to try it in the food processor, at least to get it all combined. Uh, but basically it's just flour, eggs, milk, butter, and a little bit of salt. We're going to take 2.5 cups of flour, half cup of milk, two eggs. Usually I like to beat my eggs and milk together, but since we're going to do it in the food processor, it's all going to get combined really well anyway. Well, like a teaspoon of salt. I usually go a little heavier on salt. This brings a little bit more flavor into the mix. But first I'm just gonna kind of pulse it. Interruption, had a few technical difficulties, but basically I'm just going to kind of pulse it up and then go to the dough setting. Usually when I do this by hand I would knead it for like 10 minutes or so, and I kind of stick true to that. Once it forms a ball like this, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the machine. And then kind of finish it by hand. This is going to be kind of a sticky dough. So adding a little flour to it's not going to hurt. I just like kneading the dough, I think. I don't know. But I try to not make dough in the food processor, because when you use that blade, even if you're using the dough blade, it's cutting into those gluten strands. They give pasta that nice chewy texture. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep kneading and kneading. And what you're going to be looking for is you're going to want it to be able to spring back. And then after you get it all kneaded to where it needs to be, usually what I'll do is I'll wrap it up in plastic wrap. And then you're going to want to let it set for like at least 10 minutes. I usually go about a half hour or so. The reason behind that is you've built up those gluten strands. Then you're going to want them to rest so they can kind of contract a little bit before you start rolling it out. Long time ago I used to roll out by hand and cut with a pizza cutter, but I have a pasta machine now, which is nice, so I can get them a lot thinner. when I'm cooking at home, I like my egg noodles a little thick. But as far as for backpacking and dehydration purposes, I'm gonna make them thin, almost as thin as like a fettuccine. So after we cook them and dehydrate them, they'll hydrate a lot better. All right, back now. Dough's all rested. I got my machine set up. You're gonna need a rolling pin and a dough knife, or a regular knife will work just as well. I don't know if you can see how it kind of springs back. That's what you're kind of looking for. I usually have a lot bigger of a workspace, but I'm doing it kind of in a, I guess it'd be the laundry room, pantry, I guess, but it's a little loud out in the regular room. Makes it a little easier for recording and stuff. But normally what I would do is I would quarter this and just do a quarter at a time, but since I'm kind of short on space, I'm going to quarter the half. Yeah, we'll just quarter the halves. I'll probably third the next one, but basically what you're going to do is roll this out thin enough so where it'll fit in the pasta machine. The pasta machine has got a dial back here. Start out with the widest setting. Roll it through. I usually do 2 or 3 times per setting. I love this pasta machine. It's one of my favorites. I don't even buy pasta in the store anymore. It's so easy to make at home. It's so much better too. Normally, like with regular pasta, when you go through your second, you're going to fold it back over. No, I don't do that with these egg noodles. Alright, I think that's going to be thin enough. We'll just go, I think I took it down to number 4. I think it's got 8 clicks on it, I think. And then this attachment you can cut spaghetti and fettuccine with. I'm going to use the fettuccine one. So I'm just going to go in here and start rolling it through. And I usually come and catch it on the other side. And then you can go ahead and cut it whatever size you want. I usually cut them pretty small, probably about an inch, inch and a half. In this recipe, the dough's really sticky, so I usually go ahead and go right into flour with it. And use flour or cornstarch. Then you can go ahead and break them up so they're not all sticking together. No matter what, you're going to have some stick together, but yeah, this one got really sticky. And that's what they're going to look like. You don't toss them in something, they are going to stick really, really bad. But you know, about like this size, that's usually what I go for. Hey guys, I'm back. So I got them all cooked up. I'm going to give you guys a pointer that I learned first time. When you cook these with all the excess flour on there, it really, really tends to want to boil over. But here they are cooked. They pretty much double in size. So usually what I do is I'll bring it to a boil after I stick it in there, Then I'll take the lid, put it on, and let it kick for like 5-6 minutes. Come and check it every once. Alright, so we're all drained and cooled off. So I'm just gonna start putting them on the sheets and throw them in the dehydrator. These really don't take a whole long time, so I think that last time I think they took like 2 hours, maybe 3. Alright, so the pasta's done. This is what it's going to look like. Now these are a lot thinner than the ones I did before, so they're going to rehydrate awesome.